Welcome back to your favorite Sacramento sports show.
Beam City Sports.
Yes, sir. We are back at the Beam City Sports Bar here in the backyard. Got my boys with me, Jackson, Luke, Devin. How you guys all feeling?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling optimistic right now with how things are going, but I'm feeling kind of shit after that game. But
yeah, that was a bad loss to the Bulls.
Bad loss.
Dev,
But
how you feeling?
can't get down.
Feeling good. A lot of fun basketball going on at this moment, so I'm not really trying to look on the non-bright side of things. So got another good game coming up tonight. Ready to get into it.
Yes, sir. Jackson, how are you feeling?
Feeling good. I mean, on my end, Braun and Rui are coming back today.
Uh-oh.
LeBron's questionable, you know. They still kept the third seed, only went down one spot with LeBron and Rui out. So you got to feel pretty good.
Yeah, Lakers looking scary right now.
Yeah.
LeBron's coming back. Saw a workout he was doing before last game, and he looked like he was in the best shape of his life at 40 years old. So
running and
yeah.
So
So
he has superpowers.
So that's a scary look for the Lakers. But today we're going to be going over the Kings. Weird schedule. They beat the best team by record in the league and then lose to a mediocre team in the Chicago Bulls on the next night. So, that's the Kings for you. Can beat anyone, but also can lose to anyone. Always playing down to their competition.
Yeah.
We'll go over the upcoming games, go around the NBA, see what's going on, make some predictions, talk about some close games, get into a heated debate about who the best third option in the NBA is. I'm sure Jackson's going to have a lot to say on that one. And then we're going to go over March Madness, the best games, the upsets that have been going on. Should be a fun one.
I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
No, I'm excited to talk about that college. I've been watching a lot of college hoops. That's what I'm excited about. It's kind of been keeping me distracted from the pain that happened the last 2 days.
Yeah. That Bulls game was not a good one, but we are going to start there.
Yeah.
All right, so we have to start with the Kings' tough loss to the Bulls. We were up 20 early in the game. Lost this one 128 to 116. Not a good look for this Kings team, man. After beating the Cavs, best team in the league. And then you go out and you go up 20 against the Bulls. Everything looks so good. Everything's going perfectly. And then just the tables turn in that second half. Our guy, Kevin Huerter, revenge game. Red Velvet, man. He went crazy. Got to give some love to Kev.
Yeah. He heard the hate when he was leaving. He was just like, man, they were happy that I'm gone.
Yeah.
Like, when I come back, I'm gonna make them regret that shit. Like, that second half, like, we just slowly dwindled away. Like, it just slowly it slipped through our hands. First half, like you said, it was amazing. Up 20, passing was amazing. Threes were dropping. We had 10 first quarter threes.
Man.
And then it just tables turned.
Tables turned. Dev, what's your takeaway?
Yeah, I agree. Second half, they really just let off the gas, in my opinion, starting in the third quarter. And then once you give a team that, comes back from that lead that much confidence, I mean, they were just letting Kobe White get whatever he wanted, really. And, that kind of sucks because it's like somebody got to pick him up or else he's just going to get to the hoop every time. And that's exactly what happened. So they let off the gas pedal on both ends of the floor. And that's just something that is disappointing to see because, something that you can't have coming down the stretch of the season.
Yeah, for sure. Kobe White killed us in that second half. Jackson, what do you think this loss says about the Kings? Beating the Cavs, you were in the building for that one. I know the energy was crazy there. But then they lose to the Bulls the next night. So what's your takeaway?
Definition of a middle of the pack team.
Yeah.
It's a team like, it's like the Hawks from last year's, right? That team beat the Celtics multiple times and then would lose to the worst team in the league, right? It's just they play to their competition. They're not good enough to be like, okay, we can kind of not be as intense on defense or this. It has to be brought every single night.
Yeah, it definitely does have to be brought every night. And they did against the Cavs. They did in the first half in this Bulls game, but then they blew it. A lot of interesting stats from this game. Like Luke said, every fan in the building got free tacos in that first quarter. We hit 10 threes, and every fan got free tacos. The vibes are at an all-time high. 11 assists in the first quarter and 11 threes total in that first quarter. That's the most in any quarter from the Kings this year.
That's insane.
A crazy first half for the Kings. They're up 19 points in the second. And then, Dev, you said it spot on. They took their foot off the gas to end the second quarter. And it's kind of been the opposite for the Kings lately. I feel like they've been getting off to bad starts and then coming back at the end of the first half.
Yep.
It was the complete opposite this game. They got off to a great start, and then they let off the gas to end the second quarter, and then that momentum led into the second half. Kobe White, That's Luke's man of the week last week. Got to give you some shout out there. But it's always before they play the damn game.
I don't know why I haven't learned, because I've done that like 3 times.
And then they always kill us.
And then they always kill us. So I'm sorry. So, my bad.
Yeah, well, someone who struggled this game was Zach LaVine. He didn't have his first field goal until the fourth quarter when it was a dunk.
I mean, like, he didn't really struggle if he was a Bulls player. Like, he played for the Bulls, man.
He was still on the Bulls.
Somebody said that.
Yeah.
I think they're talking about Devin Carter, though, when he shoot.
Yeah, no, it was not his first bucket coming in the fourth quarter.
First bucket coming in the fourth quarter. That is not something you expect from young Hollywood Zach LaVine, but he's not as consistent as we would like to think. He can drop 40 one night, and he can come out and not get his first bucket till the fourth quarter the next. So it's tough.
Wasn't he out against the Cavs for personal reasons?
Yeah, he was out against the Cavs.
Has that been reported on what it was?
No clue what that was. Probably something to do with family, moving to Sac. I think they're still getting settled in. So something about that. I know he just had another kid, too. So I know he's got a lot going on off the court. But yeah, on the court, he missed that game against the Cavs. Kings looked great. And then things changed in that Bulls game.
Was he out partying with the Bulls the night before?
No way.
No, okay.
I don't think Zach is really that type of guy.
It's probably like something with, he had the first kid, or second kid, and then moving to Sac and everything. But, it was just a disappointing night from him. I think he was just 1 for 6 from 3.
Yeah.
So he was taking shots, but, like, nothing was falling. The lid was on the bucket for him.
For sure. Well, Kev, 25 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists. Also had 4 steals and 1 block. 10 of 16 from the field and 5 of 9 from 3. Probably Kevin Huerter's best game in the NBA since the Beam team year.
Yeah.
And, of course, it's in Sacramento, going against his old team. I listened to his interview with Matt George after the game, and, he said he came into this game knowing that he wanted to have a great game, and this was a revenge game for him. He had those ill intentions going for, he still has friends on the Kings. He likes the training staff, his friends with some of the players. No hate there, but, once he stepped on the court, he was in a killer mentality, and it showed. He was trying to get his.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a whole thing with the fans too, because he knows the fans here are so passionate about it. So when you have the chance to come into this arena and shut them down, it gives you that much more confidence and that much more energy.
Yeah,
and this is his first time he was able to do it since he was on the Hawks, and I know he enjoyed it. He was having a good time. He
was cheesing in that post game interview, man. He was smiling, saying how much he was thinking about this game before it happened, and also about the fans. He said he told the Bulls broadcast that these are still some of the best fans in the NBA, and they love their team die hard. So he still has a lot of respect for Kings fans, but he did do a good job of shutting everyone up.
Yeah.
He was getting a ton of hate. I think Kings fans were a little too hard on him. I know we talk a lot about him, but I always had some belief in him that he'd bounce back. A lot of Kings fans were not on that train, though, and they thought he shouldn't be in the NBA anymore. He can't make a 3 and all this stuff. So, obviously, those Kings fans are regretting their words right now.
Yeah, we were talking about it on Wednesday. I think he had a couple of good games. The game before, I think they had a back-to-back. He hit 5 and 9 in that game. So, you had to know he was going to come in and do this, and then they were talking about it on the broadcast. The defense is like where he really improved over the last few years, and he was just making it hurt. All those turnovers, 4 steals, the 1 block, and it was he played a great game, and I wouldn't be surprised if he has a few more good games going in down the stretch of the season, because this is a game where he's probably going to get a ton of confidence from, like you said, shutting up the crowd and everything like that. So I wouldn't be surprised to see him have a good end to his 2024-25 season.
Yeah. That's a good point. I think Kev, wonder what he's going to do, if he's going to stay in Chicago, if he's going to go somewhere else. But I do think he's going to, bounce back from these last 2 years in Sac and really have a big year next year, shooting the ball better.
Like you say, like when you're a shooter, it never leaves you.
Doesn't leave you.
It doesn't leave you.
It doesn't leave. That shot doesn't leave. It's all confidence.
Yeah.
And it's all, I think he missed his first shot, but then after that, he just saw one go in, and then he was trying to get any shot up he could. And also, you could tell those Bulls players were really looking for him.
Yeah.
And every time he'd come to the bench hyped, they'd be pushing him and yelling in his face, like hyping him up. So the Bulls they knew what the stakes were that game for Kev.
Mm-hmm. He had a good couple takes to the rim, too. Obviously, he had 5 shots that weren't threes that he made, and those were all like good takes that we kind of saw him start a little bit when he started not being as good from 3 and not shooting as high of a percentage, and when he's doing that and then he's knocking down his threes, he's a good player in this league for sure.
For sure. Well, Malik Monk had his best game. I know we said it a couple days ago, but this game was even better. 34 points, 5 of 10 from 3. He started out. Did he start? He started 4 for 4 from 3.
Yeah.
And then they didn't get him the ball in the first quarter, so that was interesting. I know Dev, you texted us about that. He started 4 for 4 from 3. He's on a heater. He can't miss. He's shooting from so deep, and then DeMar walks it up, and they can't get him the ball. Levine takes a bad shot, and then multiple possessions go on, and we don't get Malik Monk the ball, and that just takes away his whole rhythm. And then when he finally did get the ball, he forced up a bad shot because, he's still in his head like, hey, I'm 4 for 4 from 3. I deserve to, get a little heat check here. And it was just bad offense that the Kings didn't get him the ball after hitting 4 for 4 from 3. But, it didn't really matter. In the first quarter, they were lights out. Trey Lyles came to play. 4 for 4 from 3 in the first half. Trey Lyles with another great game. 22 points, 6 rebounds. And he played most of those minutes at the small ball 5. Jonas only played 15 minutes. So
that's
interesting.
He struggled for sure, especially on the defensive end, and I feel like that's why we kind of haven't seen him close the last couple of games, and it's been Trey Lyles in there. And dude, I'm telling you, he's coming in and he's looking to get up a 3 immediately. First time he touched the ball, it was low key contested from the corner too, and he just made it. And 4-4, like you said, to start. He's coming in hot, and I want him to keep that up for sure. Just come in and keep looking to score, and then keep being active on defense like he's been. He's been good for us for the last 4 or 5 games, I want to say.
Yeah, he definitely has. Shout out to Trey Lyles, playing very good.
There was something I noticed with the Bulls game. Doug was playing the same lineup that the Kings had in the third quarter against the Cavs. They had this lineup out. It was a small ball lineup. It was DeMar, Keegan, Trey, Malik, and then I think Keon was out there. And that's when they had their big run in the third quarter against the Cavs. He was running that lineup a whole lot against the Bulls, and it just never got clicking. Because first of all, Vucevic out there, we didn't have an answer for him.
No answer
at all.
Yeah.
And I feel like if we played Jonas more, I think that would have been answered right there.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Jonas, he's a tough one because I think it was one of the first plays of the game, another illegal screen. Yeah. And here we go, once again. He only played 15 minutes, 6 of 5, and missed a couple shots, so it was a weird night for Jonas, but like Dev said, I think the slow feet on the defensive end probably played a factor into why he only played 15 minutes, but hey, looking back on it, Vucevic did kill us. So,
he killed us.
Like you said, he probably could have helped on that a little more than Trey Lyles did, but when Trey Lyles is hitting 4 threes in the first quarter, you kind of gotta ride with that. Yeah, you gotta ride with that. Yeah. So it was a tough spot for Doug to be in, but I do think he's a little too soft on these guys. Blowing that lead in the second half, I think he needed to be a little more harsh on these guys. It looked like he was still, trying to stay as positive as he could, and obviously that's always a good thing. But sometimes you need to, tell these guys, hey, don't take no plays off. This game isn't over. Come on,
them in their ass.
Yeah, you gotta wake them up a little bit.
Yeah.
DeMar, 22 points, 5 assists, but he was the worst on the team in plus minus, a minus 21 in the box score. Keegan also was a minus 20. Those two guys played the most minutes on the team, and they were the two guys that had the worst plus minus.
It was 9 for 22 from DeMar.
Yeah.
It's another night of also some questionable takes where DeMar went up and he didn't get a call.
Yeah.
That's why
it's been that for a while.
It's been that for a little while.
Yeah.
That's why he's taking so many shots, is because he goes up and gets affected by the shot and it doesn't get called.
Usually he gets those calls and those aren't shot attempts. Those are free throws and more buckets for him.
Exactly.
So it's a tough spot.
Yeah. But he's still he had his moments in the game. He brought us back once or twice, and he's still making his effectiveness, but it's just not a good night overall for him.
Yeah, definitely not. So DeMar in this game, the minus 21 in the box, so that's a tough night.
Yeah.
Didn't get the calls that he thought he should have got. Another good night for Jake LaRavia, though. 10 points, 7 rebounds. Just playing solid all around. I love his game, man. I just really, really want to keep him in Sac. I know it's going to be near impossible, but if there's any way to keep him in Sac, if we have to trade someone to be able to pay him more money or anything like that, I'm on board. I want to keep him in.
I'm down with that.
Yeah.
The only issue with the only thing I had an issue with that night is Doug not getting him more shots, because he hit his 3 shots that he got.
3 for 3 from the field.
3 for 3.
Yeah.
And why not get him more? Why not try to? And then Keegan too. I wanted more shots from Keegan. Whenever he gets enough shots up, he hits half of them usually, like 40 to half, like 50% of them.
Yeah.
And then Laravia, it pissed me off that he only got 3 shots up, and he made them all.
Yeah, I can feel that too. You know, getting more shots for Keegan and Laravia, and those shots are usually good, you know, quality shots. Those guys take catch and shoot threes, you know, backdoor cuts to the basket. Those type of shots are the best looks you can get. And sometimes this Kings team, you know, wants to take tougher shots because that's what guys like Levine and DeMar, you know, make their name off. Even Malik sometimes. That's what they make their name off, is taking those tough shots and making them. But sometimes we need to, you know, get other guys like Keegan, like Laravia, and, you know, even like Trey Lyles. His shots were all quality shots, and that's why he had 22 points.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I don't want to, you know, bag on him too much, but the game really turned when that they were down, 3 or was it 5, and then they got the flagrant on Devin Carter, and then he missed 2 free throws, and then I think DeMar missed a turnaround, and they just had an opportunity at 5 points when they were down 5, and that kind of, in my opinion, swung the game, and that's when that honestly might have just put them like down in the dumps, like killed all their, you know, their momentum exactly, and like want to come back, like, because it was just a tough sequence in the game, and I feel like it kind of lost them the game a little bit.
It's also when Red Velvet kind of caught fire too.
It is.
It was starting to hit everything.
So yeah, Dev Carter still can't hit his free throws, man. And that was a flagrant foul, so we weren't able to pick who was shooting the free throws, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, he was up there for 2 shots with no one else on the, you know, lining up to go rebound. It was all him. Just him in the stadium. Everyone's staring at him. It's a tough feeling. It's hard to make free throws in those situations, but man, he's been struggling from the line for a while now. For a while.
And then I feel like it was just a bad shot right after. Like, just DeMar got the ball, and it was a quick, you know, tried to work his defender and then just bricked it. So, like, that was just a very huge sequence in the game. I think it was it fourth quarter or late third?
Yeah.
That was late third
like
quarter.
Yeah, late third. And so, yeah, it kind
of... The Bulls were on a run, it felt like.
Yeah. And so just going into the fourth, I feel like that kind of put them all down.
Yeah, I could see that. But Dev Carter was a +5 in the box score, only player with a positive in the plus-minus category. So, you know, he's playing hard, making things happen, only had 4 points in 20 minutes, but we'll jump into the Cavs game next, where he had, you know, his best night of his NBA career. Jackson, I know you were in the building for that. What'd you see from Dev Carter in that Cavs game?
His defense is really solid.
Yeah.
He did have that 3-point, or that foul on the 3 on Donovan Mitchell, and in I think the fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It can be an iffy foul.
Yeah.
He was very, very close. Like, I think it depends on the ref for that one, but for the most part, he was a huge positive for them in that second half.
Oh, yeah.
Did not know he could jump that high.
That poster dunk was
really
insane.
threw me off.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna be solid. I think his defense is really good. His shot just needs to be fixed.
His shot
There has to be more fluidity in that shot, because that hitch. It just every time. Because in the second half, I was roughly behind like one of the baskets, so they were coming this way. Every time I saw him shoot, it just looked like it was gonna be short.
It was awkward. Yeah, it's an awkward looking jumper for sure. Doesn't get a lot of like arms into it. I feel like you tries to use too much legs. Yeah,
really low.
Yeah.
Which
It's
is
really
very
weird.
difficult as a small guard to be able to get off shots in there.
And it's a slower shot too. It's not
it's not
like he
like
does that and it's quick.
Yeah.
It's taking some time to get up there. But yeah, so some back-to-back solid nights from Dev Carter. So happy with his play, especially as a rookie. Got some high expectations for him next year, for sure.
Yeah. No, way higher expectations for next year. I mean, maybe, hopefully, like, most improved expectations.
That would be big.
That would be pretty huge
That
right
would
there.
set us in the right direction.
And then I wanted to talk about Markel getting the early minutes.
Yeah.
That was big right there. I mean, obviously, he had that missed dunk, but that's just, I mean, I feel like that's just getting those jitters out of there.
He just shouldn't have pumped it. He like double clutched it, and he just should have went right in with it, jammed it.
Yeah, that was a tough one.
Yeah.
I felt bad for him on
That
that
was
one.
when they had that stupid ass sky cam on too.
Oh
and it was
my
like,
God.
Sky cam, he misses the dunk. I'm like, dude, I'm getting so mad. Second quarter's making me so mad.
Yeah, you were at the game, so you don't know like this camera we're talking about, but for like pretty much the entire second
The whole
quarter,
second quarter.
oh my God, they had the camera up in the nosebleeds, and it
Yeah,
was like
that
the
was-
worst. When Devin Carter had that dunk, it was the sky cam. and you could like barely see it. It was horrible.
Yeah.
So don't use that camera anymore, please. That really took away from watching the game a lot. But back to the Bulls really quick. Keon Ellis, 0 points in 18 minutes, had 2 steals, only went 0 of 2 from the field. But honestly, something I noticed with Keegan was guarding Kobe White. You know, Kobe White had and one after and one after and one when the Bulls were making that run. And Keon was just getting bodied out there. Yeah. I know Keon, he's not the strongest guy. He's very quick and has the long arms, but I hope this offseason Keon really makes it a point to get in the gym, bulk up a little bit, and then those bumps that Kobe White was giving him won't be so easy for him to, you know, just bounce them off.
Yep.
It was so easy for Kobe White to just drive to the hoop, lower the shoulder a little bit. Keon was just flying out of bounds. It was like Kobe White looked like he's been in the gym for months and months and months, and Keon's never lifted a weight in his life every time Kobe White drove to the hoop. So I just hope Keon, you know, gets in the gym, gets stronger, and then the defense is going to be insane. Like first team all level defense.
That's what I said that I think like a few episodes. I think Keon's going to be that kind of guard, is get to some sort of all NBA defensive team. So I mean, yeah, I 100% agree with that. He needs to put on a little bit of weight. Keon got to get in the way with our boy Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's kind of why Laravia was in the game down the stretch of that whole Clippers game, guarding James Harden, because James Harden was kind of doing the same thing to him. True. So I hope that, you know, whatever Keegan did the last couple of years, put on Keon, bro.
That's a great point. Because every time Keegan, you know, someone will try and back him down, even a big man, even a center will try and back him down, post him up. Keegan's got that strong chest where he can just body up, and they can't move him down there. So now I think Keon needs to do the same thing, and that's going to really unlock his defense to a whole new level. Because, like you said, James Harden, I do remember that. He was kind of bodying him a little bit, and James Harden, you know, is one of the stronger guards in the league. He's been in the league for a long time.
Got some weight on him.
But even a guy, when you're letting Kobe White do that to you, who's a young guard who is not known for being that strong, it did look like Kobe White's been in the gym, though. He looked pretty jacked, more jacked than I remember him being, so he's obviously putting in the work. But yeah, once Keon gets in that weight room, it's going to be big.
Yeah, no, that'll be a little scary right there.
Yeah, for sure. Well, the Kings, we can go back on the positive side for the Kings. They did beat the Cleveland Cavaliers, the best team in the league. The Cavs have lost 4 in a row now.
Yeah.
The Kings were the second game in that, so you know, the Cavs are on a downward spiral, but it is a weird part of the year where, you know, it's almost playoff time. The Cavs were on a 16-game win streak before the 4-game losing streak, and our guy Alec asked us, do you guys think the Cavs can win every game the rest of the year and tie the Bulls record for 72-10 or whatever? And we were kind of on board with it. We were like, man, their schedule looks pretty easy. They might be able to do it. And now they've lost 4 in a row. So shout out to Alec for jinxing the Cavs.
Yeah, for real. I know Milo's happy about that.
Yeah, Milo's loving this, seeing that the Cavs are a beatable team.
Yeah.
But yeah, Devin Carter, career high, 16 points, 5 rebounds, 3 steals, and the crazy poster. So what a night for Dev. Just hope that, you know, plays into next year with the confidence. Maybe we see something this year down the stretch of the year, maybe even in the play-in. Hopefully he's a big-time moment type of player. I think he is. He played great in those moments in college, so I think he's comfortable in those situations.
I mean, it's pretty encouraging that Doug Christie's already, you know, kind of letting him get this run in these big minutes down the stretch of this season. So, yeah, next year, you know, MIP talks, you know, I'm with that.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, DeMar did have a good game in this Cavs game, 27. Malik with 22. Both of those guys were so clutch down the stretch. We had so many players in double figures this game as well.
Yeah, no, that's a beautiful stat line right there in the box.
Yeah.
And then a lot of assists, too.
Ton of assists.
That was another beautiful thing to see. All the passing going down, and then the quick shots going up and making them. It was nice to see.
Hey, and we had no Zach LaVine. I don't want to say it, but you know, a lot of assists in that game. Maybe that's a part of it. I love Zach's game, but the ball movement is a lot different when he's on the court and when he's not.
Yeah.
But yeah, going to the Cavs side, Evan Mobley with 31 and 10. Jackson, I know you were there up close and personal to see Evan Mobley go off. What'd you see from Evan?
He had, I think, 11 points with 6 minutes left in the third.
Yeah.
And I think he scored like 16 straight by himself.
16 in a row.
Yeah. He just started putting the ball on the ground, going to the basket, and it just really looks like what AD looked like when he was younger. And it's just, he's my DPOY now that Wemby's out. I 100% think he's better than Jaren at this point.
Draymond in there?
You could throw Draymond. He's in contention.
He is.
The Warriors defense has been really, really good since the Jimmy trade. But yeah, Mobley just the versatility too. The development of his 3-point shot is huge.
Crazy.
Because last year he didn't really have it, and then him and Allen were kind of just always packing the paint. But now that he can stretch the floor, it's just like they have the perfect blend of players in the team.
And you could tell he's comfortable out there on the 3-point line.
Yeah, they just kept running the pick and pop with Ty Jerome, and that's why Jonas got played off the floor because he literally kept dropping down every single time. And then Mobley just shot it, and he made like 3 or something in the third quarter alone.
Yeah, that's huge for this Cavs team because come playoff time, they could be easy to guard if Mobley's not hitting the shot. But if he is hitting that 3, they're pretty much unguardable in that pick and pop situation. Donovan going downhill, even Darius going downhill when they have him. So yeah, they're going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, no, I'm thankful they didn't have Darius that night.
Yeah,
that was a very big relief.
Yeah.
And then Donovan, when you're talking about him going down the lane, his little move, his carryover move, over the head.
Dude, hit that spot.
It's so clean.
So clean.
He had Malik looking silly on one of them. Malik was like looking for the ball. Oh, yeah, that was nasty.
And then Ty Jerome, man, he's been talking a lot of shit the last 2 games.
Love it.
I love it, but he did that to Paolo, and then Paolo popped off, and they beat him.
Yeah.
And then he started hitting some threes and was looking at the Kings bench, and then then we turned up on him. And thanks for talking shit, Ty. Thanks for talking shit.
Hey, I love that though. Coming off the bench, you need someone like that. Who's going to light a fire under your guys, hit some shots, talk a little bit to the other team.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's just his way of motivating himself. I don't think he has any bad intentions or any bad blood with anyone that he's talking to. That's just a way to pump him up. And I honestly feel it. That's a great way to get yourself pumped up is talk a little bit and then make sure you're like, all right, I got to back this up now.
That's the thing.
That's the part.
Yeah.
If I got beat down.
Yeah, maybe now. What did Paolo say to him?
I forgot.
Can't say word for word.
Said, you only look good because you're on a good team.
Yeah.
And then he said, "I'd start on your team," which realistically he probably
would.
Yeah, Ty would probably.
Good. They don't do not have a guard.
Yeah. No, he would definitely start with them, but. He's it's like you're saying, like the trash talk is good. It's good for the game.
Good for the game.
Gets everybody motivated.
It
does.
The
other team motivated too.
It just makes it even more competitive brand as basketball, which I love.
Yeah.
But yeah, in the Cavs game, we did start 1 for 10 from the field. Only scored 15 points in the first quarter. I thought it was going to be an ugly night after that first quarter. Man, that was horrible.
Yeah.
Offense was not flowing, and then in the third quarter, went on a 14-2 run. We were hanging around before that, but then we just went on that big run, took the lead, and never looked back. It was a great win.
Nope. It did come down. I think it was in the fourth quarter. The Cavs took like a 5-point lead.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, here's the cardiac Kings again. But then Trey Lyles stepped up, a whole lot of intense defense, and then Devin Carter also getting some steals. But it was beautiful. Just the whole team came back and everybody glued to their guy and got stops. Like every coming down the end got stops.
That's what really kept him in the end of that game. I mean, they were down 5, like you said, and then finally they were just trading baskets. Finally tied it up, and you're sitting there thinking like, okay, now it's going to take stops, and then I think they got like 3 or 4 in a row. Trey Lyles might have had a block in there, and then a couple of steals. Yeah, that's really what kept them from not getting down too much, and then giving them the win. So that's what you love to see down there.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that's I think enough on the Kings. We'll jump into some upcoming games for the Kings in just a second. All right, so the upcoming games for the Kings tonight, playing Milwaukee. All these games are going to be in Sacramento. Got a big homestand coming up, so yeah, tonight against Milwaukee should be a good game. Milwaukee is struggling. They just lost to the Warriors without Steph Curry. They did beat the Lakers. The Lakers didn't play anyone, though. Bronny had a career night. We'll get into that later. But yeah, then Monday, play the Celtics. Tuesday, play the Thunder on a back-to-back. Talked about it the last show. Toughest back-to-back you can think of in the NBA right now. The Celtics and the Thunder. And then the Trailblazers come to town on Thursday. So, next 4 games. I'm saying we go 3-1. Our only loss going to be to the Celtics. I think we can beat the Thunder at home. I'm confident.
Celtics game is their second back-to-back, though.
The Celtics?
They play the Blazers the day before on Sunday.
Luke brought it up a couple shows ago. The Kings beat the Celtics in Boston earlier. I think they're going to come hungry and and ready to win. They don't want to lose to the Kings twice in a year. They're going to be hearing it from these Kings fans for a long time.
I'm going to try and go to that one, but I don't think we're going to win that one against Celtics.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm saying 3-1, pretty confident even after that ugly loss to the Bulls. We always play good against the good teams. So, I mean, not always, most of the time, I should say. We did lose to the Thunder by 40 earlier in the year. We did still have some other guys on the team. So, hopefully this team can, play good against some quality teams.
Yeah. That's pretty confident. I'm admirable.
Got to keep the vibes high.
I'm going to try and keep it a little bit more real. I think 2-2.
2-2.
I think we beat the Bucks tonight, and then I think we lose that back-to-back, not going to lie. I do think we can beat the Thunder, and I want to beat the Thunder. I think Shea's going to pop off, though. And then the Trailblazers, though, I think that's going to be an easy win right there.
Yeah. Should be fun coming up. All right, so I'm saying 3-1 in the next 4. Luke, you're more realistic, going 2-2. Dev, what do you think?
I don't like making predictions anymore.
I know. It always messes up.
But, I'm kind of with what you were saying. I think they are, at least 3 wins, I would say, because they do play better and up to their competition, but they also play, down to it. But with the good teams coming in, that's what I'm hoping for. But I don't want to say it and then, usually I guess, and then the opposite happens.
Hey, not true. We did predict the Cavs and the Bulls games pretty much to a T.
We were pretty...
Yeah, you guys started off last show saying we can beat the Cavs.
You're right.
Yeah.
We can beat the Cavs. And then I said, I'm more scared of the Bulls game, to be honest, because we play down to our competition, and what we do.
You're right.
That's exactly what we did.
4-0.
Yeah, 4-0. I like it. Jackson, from a non-Kings fan, what do you think the Kings can do in these next 4 games? Got some tough ones.
Against Milwaukee, Dame's out tonight.
Dame's out tonight. Let's go.
Gary Trent Jr. and Giannis are both probable, so they'll probably play.
Yeah.
Trent Jr. has been hitting everything recently.
He has.
Unless it's just against the Lakers, which usually happens with him. I don't know why he has a hatred for them, but he does. I'm more so worried about Giannis, because Jonas isn't stopping Giannis.
No one is.
And even going small ball, then it,
Then
it's
Giannis
questionable.
cook.
Yeah, and then when they have Lopez and Giannis in there, it's very difficult to see who's going to guard Lopez, because he has more so regressed to just an outside shooter, nothing inside, but still, you can't really stick Keegan on him.
Yeah.
I think offensively, though, the Bucks' defense is terrible. So, I think you guys can go 3-1. So after that one, I do think, because Boston's on a back-to-back and the Thunder already clinched the 1 seed, they're really going to be resting guys constantly this year.
That could be big.
That's true.
So I think one of those you split.
Yeah.
The Blazers game is the one I'm most worried about. Only because, have you seen what Denny Avdija has been doing?
Cooking. He might be losing.
He's averaging like 28 on 50, 90 shooting or something in the last 5 or 6 games.
And getting rebounds, assists, steals. He's doing it all.
He's nice.
I never understood the trade from Washington, honestly.
Me neither.
It didn't make sense, because I don't even know what they got in return.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
My friend Sebastian, loyal Wizards fan, that was his favorite player, him and Daniel Gafford. So shout out to him. Still Wizards fan, but damn, what the hell were they doing trading Denny? That was a horrible move. That could have helped him out a lot. But yeah, I guess it's time to jump on to the next part of the show. Luke's Lock of the Week.
Luke's Lock of the Week. Your boy, Caden out there in Detroit.
Shout out.
Yep, last 3 games, 28 points per game, 7.5 rebounds, 8.3 assists, and a steal on 50% field goal percentage. Probably going to win Most Improved. And, that's kind of a questionable thing for it, but, still going to be on his resume. Going to make him a great. And leading this Pistons team to a possible 3 or 4 seed right now. They're almost like 3 or 4 games out of the 3 seed, and they're only 2 games behind the 4 seed right now, the Pacers.
They're right there.
So, they're after last year, 16 wins, 18 wins last year.
Lost 28 in a row.
28 in a row.
27 in a row.
Shout out Kyle Kuzma.
Never want to be that team. Never want to be that team.
No, it's a true rebuild for this team that that fan base deserves, honestly.
I love that.
They're also doing all this without Jaden Ivey for most of the year.
Yeah, without Jaden Ivey too.
Huge piece.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were at his one of his last games where he, hit that 4-point play.
He started the downfall, man. He started the downfall of the Kings.
It's what we should have been, man.
It's what we should have been, honestly.
You got to give huge props to J.B. Bickerstaff, though, their coach.
Mm-hmm.
He's been amazing for them.
Yeah, shout out Shaq, bro. I didn't even know that's what he coach was.
Shout out.
And then bet of the week. I mean, obviously these guys aren't going to see it until tomorrow, but bet on Giannis is over tonight. That's
It's a lot.
that's all I'm saying.
I don't like that.
What's his line?
I
Probably
don't even know.
28.
Just bet on it.
Just hit the over, bro. How do you even have it?
Just bet him over.
Yeah, well, guess we can move on to ICU. My pick this week is from the Indiana Pacers. They've been playing really good basketball of late. I'm going Benedict Mathurin. He had 28 points and 16 rebounds the other night in an overtime win. Pacers are hot right now, and I just always have loved Benedict Mathurin's game. He's had an up and down year. You know, he can score the ball, but what else is he going to provide out there? But when he's getting buckets, he's fun to watch, man. He's a show on the court.
Yep. I got my boy Royce O'Neal.
Hey, he's been balling.
He was balling up, and then he also helped a lot against the Cavs recently in that get their 4th loss in a row.
He might be the Suns' most consistent player this year.
That's what I was thinking.
Royce O'Neal.
He's
been shooting the ball so well.
Yeah, he got some clutch threes against us that last game that we played.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, he's balling.
Yeah, for sure. One more really quick. Corey Joseph from the Orlando Magic. Shout out to Kings legend. Yeah, he's playing minutes over there with all their injuries and everything going on in Orlando.
Yeah.
He had 13 points the other night. So.
13.
Yeah, he had 13 the other night. They did lose, but yeah, it's just fun to see an old Kings guy, Kings legend, getting some time over there in Orlando.
They really need a guard if they're playing for him.
Exactly.
And then I want to shout out Davion again.
Davion.
He was doing good. They lost against the Rockets, but he had a good game, like 15, 4, and 3 against the Rockets.
Shout out to Dave.
Yeah, whoever he was guarding had an off night, too.
Hey, off night. Jackson.
I got 2.
Oh.
So, Quinn Grimes.
Dude.
Second stupidest move in Mavs history because he is so tough.
He's so good.
His game is so smooth. His jumper just is so pretty.
It's high release point too.
It's a high, it's
tough
perfect.
to block. Yeah.
His jumper kind of looks similar to Malik Beasley, but he's also better on defense, so it really helps.
I like that.
But he's been averaging 28 over his last 9 games.
28 points.
On 51, 40, and like 77 splits.
That's insane.
Hugh Grimes,
and also
man.
2.5 steals a game.
Damn. And he's diamond up too.
Exactly.
Damn.
He's it's like 5 a game.
Yeah.
So he's a free agent this summer. So future Laker.
It's not ridiculous to say that.
But my other one's Bronny.
Got to give a love to Bronny.
Nobody played against the Bucks, but the only positive was seeing him have 17 and 5.
17 points for Bronny James.
Crossed up Giannis, got fouled.
Didn't get the call.
But he just looked really comfortable compared to what I saw at the beginning of the year, where he looked like a very, very raw prospect.
Yeah,
he's really been developing a ton in the G League. You can see he's a guy who's going to work his ass off.
Yeah,
you know, he's 17 and 5. I mean, that's on good shooting efficiency too. Like, he had a couple shots where he got off of a screen, pull up 3, got to the rim, with left-handed lays and stuff, and it was just he looks like a legit player.
I watched that game. I love how he was playing and just how aggressive he was being.
Exactly.
Stephen A is real quiet now. Stephen A is real quiet
Shout
now.
out Bronny, man. Just hit Diamond on Siege. Diamond rank on Siege.
Shout out to Bronny, man.
If you know, you know.
I think he's gonna turn out to be a really solid ball player, man.
Yeah,
I'm happy with how he's playing.
I did see this comparison earlier today, and it was Avery Bradley, Celtics.
Ooh.
Okay.
That's one of the best defenders of all time.
Exactly. So, but size-wise, build-wise, they're very similar. I did say when he got drafted, Davion Mitchell, Drew Holiday are
that
kind of the players I'm hoping he can be.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say something like a elevated Patrick Beverly or something like that.
Not as much trash talk,
not
but
as
the
much
defense.
trash talk or anything. I'm just saying as a player, elevated Patrick.
I think he will be a very good 3-and-D guard.
Yeah.
I think maybe not next year, but the year after. Braun's probably retired at that point.
Yep.
Doesn't look like he's ever going to retire at this point, but you never know.
He'll be on the Kings.
King James. Well, I like that one. You said you had those are your 2 right there.
Those are 2, yeah.
Okay, well, some games around the league last night. The Suns beat the Cavs.
Yeah.
Not happy as a Kings fan. Suns are playing good. KD had 42 points, 6 and 8. Devin Booker only had 17, but did have 10 assists. Man, the Suns, that's who we'd be playing right now in the play-in.
Yeah.
We'd be playing them in Sac, but it's really close. 2 games ahead of them right now in the 9th seed. But yeah, I do not like to see the Suns winning games because if we have to play them in the play-in, that's not going to be easy.
I don't think we really have a good record against KD in general.
Yeah.
Like every time we played KD, I don't think we have whatever team he's on, it's not a good record.
He's that guy.
He's just that guy.
He's just him.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, we need them to skid out. I want to see the Mavericks try again.
It's not going to happen.
Well, AD is coming back.
No.
He said he is.
Why? Why would he come back?
Because it's AD. He always does this.
That's crazy though.
He always does
No one firsthand. He's a guy who doesn't give a shit if they're tanking or not.
Yeah.
He's gonna come back.
Well, that would
let
be
me go out there
interesting.
and break my ankle again.
Definitely would rather play the Mavs than the Suns in the play-in, but
Well, what's AD's history against the Kings again?
not if we have
Not
Sabonis.
that good.
Not
He
that
has
good.
bonus.
If we have Sabonis.
Honestly, I mean, kind of sleeping. The Trailblazers on a 4-game win streak, and they're only 2 games behind the Suns.
And now we play them coming up. So
Yeah.
should be.
So there's some big matches coming up
Yeah.
for the whole NBA.
Should be interesting. Donovan Mitchell, though, against the Suns, only had 7 points, 2 of 18 from the field. 2 of 18 from the field.
That's scary.
Let me down.
scary.
Bro.
His
Let me down.
shooting recently has just been very iffy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand. I don't know why. Maybe it's just because, the Cavs feel like they have the 1 seed locked up and it's just later in the year. And a lot of contending teams go on a skid at some point in the season. But it's just really odd to see that happening now.
Yeah. It's tough. I mean, it's just a weird part of the year. Said it earlier. They're just kind of waiting for the playoffs. Everyone knows they're going to be number one. They pretty much have that locked up.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I mean, the Cavs... I'd be a little scared if I was a Cavs fan, though.
Yeah.
Seeing how they can, just flip a switch like that and lose 4 in a row after winning 16 in a row. So yeah, they're gonna need some consistent play come playoffs for sure.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of jokes. It's people are just like, Cavs are back in playoff form. Like,
Yeah.
it's already in playoff form.
Yeah,
They're all right.
that's funny. Yeah, well, another game last night. The Grizzlies were in LA. Clippers beat them 128-108. James Harden, vintage performance, 30 points, 9 assists. Kawhi, 23 and 10. Bogey with 16, and Zubac, 17 and 10. Those are their 4 guys right there, man.
Yeah.
Clippers are hot.
They're knocking on that
clicking
door.
right now.
They're clicking.
Right behind the Warriors right there.
No one up here likes to see that.
No.
I know that. But yeah, Clippers are scary. Right now, they would be in the 7th seed.
Yeah.
So you'd be going against the Rockets in round 1. I'd honestly pick the Clippers in that series.
Yeah. Well, they would have to beat the
In the
Wolves.
play-in, of course, yeah. But if it ended up being like that, I would pick the Clippers beating the Rockets in a series right now.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah. Kawhi's scary.
The experience they have in the playoffs right there, let alone that. Like, that's enough.
That 4 that they have,
Yeah.
like Zubac at center, which, I hate Magic Johnson for trading him. I was so high on him as a Laker.
You knew he was going to be this good?
I didn't think he would be this good.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, I wish he would be kept.
Yeah.
It was a guy I really wanted to keep.
Yeah.
But, shout out Mike Muscala, I guess.
Damn.
But Norman Powell, he's a 20-plus point per game scorer. Not better than Reaves. Don't care what anybody
He's
says.
not even close.
100% no.
I don't think it's even close.
Kawhi, though, has looked like his old self again. I guess ever since I said he looked like might be a role player now, he just decided to turn it on.
He's turning it up.
Harden looks really good, too. But it's more so on the Grizzlies front, because
Don't forget about Bogey.
Bogey, he's
balling
Bogey's
out
nice.
lately.
He
He's
is nice.
He's nice.
He's nice.
Balling out lately.
But it's the Grizzlies area that I'm worried about, because Ja's not playing, but they do have a ton of depth. They should be able to win some games, but they are just falling fast in the standings.
Yeah.
So my prediction at All-Star break was the Rockets would be the team to fall, because I don't trust them. I still don't.
I still don't either.
9-game win streak, cool. Fred VanVleet at 37, that's amazing, but they don't have a guy.
They don't.
Like Jalen Green has had a 2-week, hot streak, but it's still I don't trust Sengun to be the guy you can go around, or Jalen Green in the playoffs.
Yeah.
None of them have been in that scenario before. Ahmed Thompson's going to probably do whatever he wants, though, because he's ridiculous.
He'll end up being the guy down the line, I think.
But it's just, the Grizzlies just seem like there's just a lot of issues that need to be figured out, because they have a weird offense where they don't run the pick and roll.
Yeah.
And I feel like a guy like Zach Edey in the playoffs is going to get played off the floor. Last night, actually, they started Aldama and Jackson together. And I think they were solid together. Aldama, I like Eliza as a versatile forward.
Mm-hmm. He's really good.
But
nice.
Jaren Jackson Jr. is not a center. He is the worst rebounding big I've ever seen. He had two rebounds last night, and he's 6'11".
2 rebounds.
That's insane.
Yeah, we had 4 against the Kings the other night, too.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but
3,
he'll block,
I think.
5 shots.
Yeah. So they need that backside rebounder that's not going to get played off the floor, because I could definitely see Zach Edey getting played off the floor.
Hey,
come playoff time.
They do have Marvin Bagley. He played a minute.
Hey,
He had one rebound.
Hey,
He
can get some
36 is pretty crazy
Yeah,
there.
he can get some boards. If you think about it. But yeah, so we have some upcoming games coming up. Should be interesting to see. The NBA, we got about 12 to 15 games left, depending on who your team is. So should be interesting coming down the stretch. All right. Well, today there's some not too good games today. Not gonna lie. Thunder are in LA though to play the Clippers. I'm rocking with the Clippers in this one, man. I think the Clippers are clicking right now, and we're gonna see Kawhi and Harden just continue this hot streak. Even though I don't want to see it, I think it's gonna happen. Who are you guys going with?
Yeah, give me the Clips, and depending how, what happens with Steph, they might sneak into that 6.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna say that the Clips. Take the Clips.
Why are you
Take the
copying
Clippers.
me here?
I think it depends who plays for the Thunder.
Yeah.
Like if Jalen Williams plays because he's a game time decision. He said I've been out for a little bit, I think, with his hip injury or something. And Dort's also game time decision. So if both of them play, I think it's the Thunder. Because nobody on the team's guarding Shea. Nobody on the team's going to guard J-Dub, really. But Thunder are a very, very good regular season team. Don't know if they're in the playoffs.
Hey, the other Jalen Williams is playing really good too.
He did,
Yeah.
Did mention he had triple-double not that long ago.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go with the Thunder on this one.
Going Thunder.
I think so, yeah.
Nuggets at Rockets tomorrow. I know you have a lot to say on the Nuggets. Yeah, I'm going Nuggets in this one. Even though they've been
Jokic and
struggling.
Murray playing?
It's always game time decision. I know Jamal Murray's been struggling when he does play, but Jokic has been out for a couple games.
Yeah, and that's a little concerning considering he never really misses games.
He does.
So when he does, it's probably something that's relatively serious.
Yeah.
I know they mentioned a while ago he had some issue with his elbows and his ankles now, or an ankle now. My thing with the Nuggets, this is going to be a second. Okay. Christian Braun is he's a good defender. Okay, he's athletic. Don't trust him to shoot the ball. Westbrook, dog shit. Aaron Gordon has been on the heater recently.
Crazy.
Okay, but that's going to regress back to the means at some point. Michael Porter Jr. is a great off-ball player, can shoot over people because he's 6'10". But they have no depth on the bench at all. Julian Strother's out. Peyton Watson can't really shoot. And then the only reason they had beat the Thunder that time is because everybody was on a heater. Peyton Watson, I think, hit 3 threes. Westbrook was shooting well.
And that's not going to happen.
No,
that's not going to happen.
Yes, Jokic and Murray are a scary duo, and they're probably still one of the best in the league. Murray's definitely regressed, though, with his hamstring stuff that's happened over the years. Jokic, nobody's going to really stop him, But there has been a formula since that Laker Nuggets game in February where you just throw big wings at him.
Yeah.
And he has seen a lot more struggle in that. So I think if they meet the Thunder or Lakers, they're bounced.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take the Rockets.
I agree with that.
I'll take the Rockets.
I'm gonna take the
would
Rockets.
take the Rockets over them.
Yeah,
I mean, it depends for me right now if the Lakers win tonight. Because if they win, then I need the Nuggets to win. But if they lose, then I would like the Nuggets to lose.
It's all clumped together up there in the standings, so should be fun to see. But yeah, we will jump into some March Madness in just a second. All right, so March Madness is heating up. Want to start with the first day, just some upsets we saw. Number 11 Drake beat number 6 Missouri.
Drake?
Shout out to Drake.
Shout out Drake.
Yeah,
Not
they
Drizzy.
had that. Not Drizzy. They had the white guard. What's his name?
I just said it. Bennett something. Give me 3 seconds.
Shout out Bennett.
He's nice. Hit that one-legged 3 in that Missouri game. So I had Drake winning this game as well. Luke, I know you had that in your bracket as well.
Yes, sir.
Saw that one coming. So that was a fun one.
Bennett Sturts.
Bennett Sturts, shout out. He's
Business
a bucket.
major.
He's a bucket. Love seeing guys like that go off in March. Number 10, Arkansas beat number 7, Kansas. I had Kansas winning that one, so my bracket's busted.
I know Randy's mad.
Arkansas also just beat today They beat St. John's.
Beat St. John's.
So
They
shout out
took
to
number
Arkansas
2 out.
making a little run.
Church is letting me down.
Number 12, McNeese. Shout out to the Aura. Whatever.
Dude, I'm a hater.
What's
bro.
his name?
I'm a hater. I don't
Amir
even know
Khan?
his name.
Amir
Yeah, that
Khan.
is. Yeah.
Amir
Yeah.
Khan, who just got paid over $100,000 by endorsements because he knows NBA YoungBoy.
He's
so,
that's
that's pretty sick. I'm
He's
not hating on him.
also leaving McNeese with
To go
the
to-
head coach
to go to
to
NC
NC State.
Is he actually? I thought that was
Yeah.
a joke.
No,
Nope.
he's leaving.
No, I'm
the
hating.
head
I'm
coach.
hating. I'm
Chase the
hating.
bag, bro. Chase
Honestly,
that bag.
no, I'm hating on him.
Managers can enter into the
Respect.
transfer portal.
Yeah.
Respect for
Managers
the,
can enter.
respect for that, but like I'm hating on him.
Don't hate on someone getting their bag. That's messed up.
No, I'm not hating on
he,
that.
He had
but,
a
like,
crazy story when he was working with them as a student. He wasn't getting any pay, and then the next year he didn't get any
It
pay, and then now he's getting $100,000
It is hype.
a
It
year.
is pretty hype.
So that's pretty sick.
The videos did hype me up.
You know what it reminds me of? Ted Lasso. What was the manager's name?
Oh, fucking the Nate.
Yes,
Nate.
Nate. That reminds me of Nate. Like literally, when they were all dancing with him and stuff, I was like, "That's what it is."
Yeah,
It reminds me
did,
exactly
it
of
did
that.
hype me up.
Yeah, that's so pretty sick. Shout
that's
out to
pretty
them.
Cool.
I like
McNeese
the
lose,
two
though.
kids better who are like got to do the announcing. Like
That
they did
was
it
cool,
all
too.
all year for the school, and
Yeah.
then the school paid for them to do it for the tournament. So that was pretty cool.
Was that
Shout out to them.
McNeese?
No.
Okay,
It was
that was-
I don't know the exact school, but I think that was a cool story too.
I did see
I'm
that.
hating on
Don't hate on that. McNeese did get their first ever tournament dub, though, in that game against Clemson. They were the 12th seed, beat 5 Clemson. They did lose today, so their journey this year is over.
Lost to Purdue.
Yeah, so good story, though, McNeese. And then number 9, Creighton, beat number 8, Louisville. I had Louisville winning that one, so
Me too.
yeah, messed up a lot of brackets.
I feel like
First game.
I feel like Creighton always wins the first round. Every time I see them in the
Yeah.
in the
Should know this.
madness, they always they kill shit.
Every year.
Every
they
year.
have white shooters, dude.
Yeah.
Their best player from that school is Kyle Korver.
Yeah.
That's all
Shout
you
out
need.
Doug. Shout out Doug McDermott.
Yeah, Doug
Yeah.
McBuckets. Yeah, well, one more game from day one. Number 5, Michigan beat our number 12, UC San Diego, down to the wire. Heartbreaker. UC San Diego missed the 3 to tie.
They fought hard. Man.
They fought so hard.
They were down like a bit,
They
and
were.
they came back, and they really did fight hard.
That guard they have that missed the shot is tough. UC San Diego, the white point guard, he's got a long wingspan, but he reminded me of Reaves Vasquez a little bit. Reaves was a bucket in college.
Dude, you and Reaves.
I love Reaves, man. He was a bucket, though. That's his game reminded me of Reaves a little bit. One more note I had on day one. Gonzaga dominated versus Georgia, but got to give some love to their point guard, brother of Andrew Nembhard. So, yeah, he's a bucket, Ryan Nembhard. But he's the best, one of the best passers in college basketball. And I was thinking about it. You know, the Kings have a second round pick coming up in this year's draft. We might need someone who can move the ball a little bit, get some other guys involved. The way that he was passing the ball, you could tell he has Dimer on Hall of Fame. His crisp bounce passes and his chest passes, they were just on the money every time. He only had 3 points in the game, but he had 8 assists. And they said he was one of the best passers in all of college basketball, so someone to watch out for. I love Andrew Nembhard's game, and they play pretty similar. So
are you telling me we're going to draft him?
and that's the question. Well, then I was thinking, wait, maybe the Kings shouldn't draft a guard because we did just draft Devin Carter.
Yeah.
But now we don't really have a true point guard.
I mean, if it's second round, I wouldn't be terribly upset.
But we do need long wings. Like if Laravia leaves especially, we need someone who can fill that role.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the Kings are going to do. Just some people I'm looking out for. Second round of the draft.
We got our share of condolences to Penny Hardaway in Memphis.
Yeah. Memphis did lose.
Came up short against Colorado.
To Colorado State, 12 seed. That was yesterday on Friday. I had Memphis going pretty far in my bracket.
I had them going to the Elite 8.
So, messed up a lot of brackets there. But shout out to Colorado State. They've had a good year in both sports, so good for them. Number 8, UConn, did beat number 9, Oklahoma. I was sad to see this one. I really was a big fan of Oklahoma's star guard, Jeremiah Fears. So I wanted to see him do a lot in the tournament. But, I mean, he had a good game, but they did lose. So
You convinced me to pick Oklahoma.
Yeah.
You did me dirty,
I
man.
did you dirty.
You did me dirty.
I hate
never go
UConn,
against
bro.
UConn, man.
No,
Somebody need to beat UConn in the first round.
Yeah.
They're coming up against Florida, so I don't think
Florida.
I don't know if they're going to get
Florida
out of this
loses,
one.
I'd be very surprised.
Yeah.
Florida's really good.
I'm
Florida's
realizing now a lot of my bracket is filled off of pure just dislike for teams. I had UConn
Hate
losing. Yeah, it's just
watching.
elite hate watching.
Elite.
Right now.
Yeah, well,
St. Mary's squeaked away with the win against Vanderbilt.
number 7 St. Mary's did beat Vanderbilt. Luke, I know you were high on St. Mary's.
Yeah.
Shout out to the
They're going
the
to be
Cali Love.
Alabama.
Yeah?
They're going to be Alabama.
I don't see it, but I'd love if it happened.
Yeah, no, I'm
Diego thinks that.
Yeah,
He said Bama upset coming.
Yeah,
like they're
dude.
gonna get upset.
It's
Yeah.
going to come up. I do want it to happen, though. I want St. Mary's to go.
Yeah, that would be fun. Number 10, New Mexico beat number 7, Marquette. I had this in my bracket, so I was happy about that. Shout out to New Mexico. And then one more game from yesterday. Number 9, Baylor beat number 8, Mississippi State. Baylor looked really good. It was a close game, fun one to watch. So shout out to Baylor. Davion.
Yeah, they screwed me up, too. Damn it.
Yeah, well, this morning we did see some more games going on. McNeese did lose to
Yeah.
Purdue. Mentioned that already. Arkansas beat St. John's.
Texas A&M is up 53-45 right now. Start of the second
Against
half.
Michigan,
Yeah.
Drake, and Texas Tech are playing right now as well. So
They're up 7.5.
Texas Tech is up. Yeah, so should be some fun games. We'll jump into more next week when we know more about the next round and everything that's going on.
Yeah.
But college basketball heating up. It's always fun to watch. Some unknown teams, unknown players make a name for themselves.
It's a good,
Love that.
good remedy for
Favorite time
our
of year.
struggles right now.
Favorite time of the year for basketball. Playoffs coming up, March Madness, getting into the groove of things. Luke, we were at Golden One Center 8 years ago, yesterday, to see Lonzo Ball play on UCLA.
And Dylan Brooks.
And Dylan Brooks.
On Oregon.
Also on Oregon. So, yeah.
So I'll beat you one-on-one, Lonzo.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I said I'll beat Lonzo one-on-one, Devin.
Okay.
not happening.
Nah, not happening. No.
But yeah, so that was some March Madness, some fun things to come up. Duke did dominate as well. Got to give them some love.
Yeah.
A lot of people have them going far. I'm rocking with UCLA though. They do play later today, so who knows what's going to happen.
Tennessee.
But I'm praying UCLA
They
goes off.
dominated Utah.
They did.
Won by
Yeah.
like 25.
Yeah, so they look good.
I don't know. Tennessee is going to be. I mean, Tennessee did struggle to get a little bit against Wolford, but or Wofford. Sorry, not Wolford. Wofford. So I mean, Tennessee needs to come out strong. They were struggling in the first half of the game. They gotta start strong.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, well, I guess we can jump into who's the best third option in the NBA. A lot of talk around the league lately about who the best third option is. I know a lot of Lakers fans are rocking with Austin Reaves. I'm rocking with Austin Reaves as well. He's a bucket. I love his game. I know you love his game. But are there better third options in the league than Austin Reaves?
Who do we have in the debate for it though?
I'm going to go down the line. Starting with the Thunder. Their number 3 option is Chet Holmgren. J-Dub is the second option.
J-Dub?
Chet is the third option. J-Dub is an all-star. Chet, I know he was hurt, but he's been there all year. J-Dub deserves that second option.
That's true.
So, Chet or AR, I would just say based on scoring, because third option really means who's your third go-to guy.
Yeah.
Third best player is a lot different than third option.
Also, I think the reason Reaves has gotten so much more acknowledgement as his third option is because of how good he's been when LeBron was out this last 2 weeks. He was averaging 30, and he's averaging 30 whenever LeBron doesn't play.
So really, he's been the second option.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, and even now when LeBron comes back, I would 100% like him to stay as aggressive as he is and just have Bron be Bron as third option.
Be Braun. So I like that.
I'm going to go with AR obviously.
Not surprised there.
Yeah.
Yeah. AR over Chet. Yeah.
The white AI, shit.
Yeah, for
Shit, damn near.
He really is.
That's white Kyrie.
He kind of does play like white Kyrie a little bit.
when AR first started playing, I was a little bit of a hater, not gonna lie.
Oh my
When he-
God.
I'm still
But
here.
when he
but
first started
Every Laker
playing,
fan was overhyping him every other.
exactly.
There's so much hate watching.
Well, no, it was
Everyone.
It was literally
he's not
just
wrong.
It
I
was
hyped up
literally
Horton Tucker.
it was the first year that he started playing, and even Lakers fans were like, "Man, who's this fucking guy?"
Hillbilly
who's-
Kobe,
who's
that's
this
who it
playing?
is.
And I slowly bought into his game, and I was like, "Damn, I kind of wanted AR, something like that."
I fully expected when he got drafted to be or he didn't get drafted. My bad. After his first year, I was like, all right, once they played that, he had that 36-point, I think triple double against Denver's last game of his first year. I was like, damn, this guy's cold. He's nice.
He's nice.
Then his next year was 2023 when they made the playoffs, and then he busted. He
what?
He busted the Grizzlies' ass in the first round, averaging like 23 to 25. Don't.
LeBron said that's going to be my new Dellavedova.
I remember that.
And then he averaged like 23 in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And since then, it's just been like, I was like, well, maybe he's a 15-5-5 guy. And he's just, every time, it's just like, he just keeps going over and over. So I 100% think he's going to be an all-star at some point.
You know what I remember about that series was there was a clutch game. It might have been game 1 or game 2. And LeBron told AR, go get a bucket. Game one.
Yeah,
go get a bucket.
It was the game where him and Rui just went off.
Yeah. And AR went and got a bucket. And ever since then, LeBron was like, yeah, I love this guy. I'm trusting you with everything. So shout out to AR. But some more third options. Nuggets, Aaron Gordon.
No.
I'm going AR.
No.
Warriors.
Draymond?
I mean, he's not really the third option offensively.
If we can't think of one, I feel like there's no.
Yeah.
Booty?
I mean, yeah. There's really no one.
No.
Win post?
Hey, maybe.
Hey,
At some point.
The Kings, though, it does get interesting for the Kings.
For the Kings.
I mean, the first two options scoring-wise, you want to say it's DeMar and Zach.
So if you're going third option scoring-wise...
It's probably Malik.
And I'm taking AR on that. But if you say Sabonis, then you can make the case for Sabonis.
Yeah. I mean, but Sabonis, even when he does play, he's really... It seems like he's kind of the last scoring option most of the time.
Yeah.
He looks to get everyone else involved more.
Aggressive like Malik will be.
That's a
Dev,
tough one right
Luke,
there.
are we going... Would we rather have AR than Malik?
No, I mean,
I'm taking Malik,
Oh.
honestly.
I'm
Damn.
just a hater, bro. But, bias,
They're very similar players.
They're very
in
similar.
my opinion. Malik obviously more athletic, but they both have the handle. AR's probably more
Both
consistent
very-
from
That's the
three.
thing. AR's a little bit more consistent.
From
is
three.
The thing.
And AR's playmaking is like... This year especially has been like next level.
Hey, before Malik was really the main PG on this team, I would have argued that his playmaking is way better than Austin Reaves. But since we've given Malik, the ball and trusted him to be the playmaker, the main guy, it's kind of opened my eyes and been like, damn, maybe he's not as good of a playmaker as we thought. He turns the ball over a lot.
This is a tough one.
It's a tough one because I don't even know where I'm going with
Flip of
it.
the coin for me.
Yeah.
easy for me.
I might are we picking them right now or in their prime?
Right now.
Right now, currently.
Who's the best third option right now?
If you had AR as your point guard, you guys are probably 7-6 right now.
Damn.
I mean, I might take AR, honestly.
Damn. That's respect.
I gotta take AR. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Kings fans. But I don't know, just the way he plays right now, at his young age. And he can get up there too, not exactly like Malik, but he can throw it down.
He does have some moments, and he also has, if not the same amount, better handles than Malik.
And then it's also that consistency thing from three. You can trust him a whole lot more from the line than Malik.
I'm not as much. I don't know how much Malik is off ball, how good he is there.
He used to be better.
He used to be better.
Because now, especially with JJ's amazing.
Yeah.
By the way, he has unlocked so much with Reaves.
He has.
Is that Reaves isn't a very, very efficient off-ball player, but if you also give him the ball in the pick and roll, he's going to make the right decision.
That's true.
Because that's him, right?
Frank
JJ's
Vogel,
this is me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Frank Vogel, when he was a rookie, even said he looks like a light Luka. And since LeBron's out, he's averaging 38 and 5 or something, 6 or something.
A light Luka, lightweight?
Not.
Got carried away like
only
Luka.
Yeah, well, I like that argument. Hey, no way. Just got a notification right now on the show. The Sacramento Kings are converting two-way center Isaac Jones on a standard 2-year NBA contract. Center?
Yeah.
Shams just said he's a center.
I was gonna say
but he's
that earlier.
6'6".
I'll take that.
6'8".
Hey, PJ Tucker was 6'5".
He ain't no center.
We were talking about the Jonas, kind of being unplayable on D in the second half of the last couple games.
Yeah.
And then, if we needed a bigger guy in there, I was going to say, he just played his last eligible game. It was the Cavs game, I think. And so I honestly had a sneaking suspicion that was going to happen, before the game tonight. I think he might get some run tonight.
Yeah, finally signed him. But yeah, that might be an answer. If, maybe even play him and Trey Lyles together.
Yeah, that's...
and go a little bigger.
He also...
With Keegan at the 3, and then,
and Laravia and Keon in. Oh,
Okay, that's a good defensive lineup.
I'm about to
We can switch everything in that lineup.
When he came out on the second quarter with Markel, he was looking nice. They were running some nice plays together, and I mean, he got a couple points, a few points.
Yeah.
on a lob.
Caught a lob and then got taken out and didn't play the rest of the game. It was very weird. Yeah,
it was weird. And then it was weird that Markel got taken out and didn't play for one other minute.
He missed that dunk, man.
All right, cool.
Fuck.
But
That was a bad one.
Clutched it.
Yeah. He had tried to get fancy with. Damn. Fuck.
he was feeling
That was the Cavs game, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Markel did look like he was chucking up a lot of shots. Though.
Yeah.
I was like, bro,
He only has a
Move
certain
the
amount of
rock.
time.
Yeah, he needed to get some shots. And he hit that 3 though.
he
Yeah,
did.
he got 5 points.
I yelled, hell no. And I was like, damn.
Dude, that happened to me in this game so much, bro. Because I'd be doing it to the other
It's with
team.
DeMar. Every
Yeah,
time
when
DeMar
DeMar
shoots
is
a
just
contested
like,
three, I'm
yeah.
like, oh, DeMar, what are you doing? And then he makes it. It's crazy. But back to the third option.
Isaac Jones, third option.
Evan Mobley for the Cavs. It's
Yeah.
definitely Darius, number 2 option over there. So Mobley, I definitely got to go Mobley there.
Yeah,
I'm going
on that.
Mobley.
Mobley.
I'm going
Yeah, I'll
Mobley.
go Mobley. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Mobley
mean, that's
just
a,
after what I saw against the Kings, I was like, yeah, he
Man,
might.
he went on a 16 and 4 run
Yeah.
by himself.
He might be the
That's
next
the best
AD.
team in
That
the
was a
league.
good pull.
And he's gonna be the second option next year.
Yeah.
That's a questionable. DG's probably gonna regress to that one,
True.
but 100%, I think. Yeah, Mobley's better right
we'll
now.
respect that you can, give some love to Evan Mobley over Austin Reaves. But the Celtics' third option, everyone says it's Derek White, but I kind of think it's Porzingis when he's healthy, in my opinion. But I mean, I guess we can roll with Derek White. I'm going AR though.
yeah.
I'm going
AR.
no matter what.
I mean, the defense, Derek White got him beat for sure.
Yeah.
But the offense, it's not really.
Also, AR's defense
close.
is
Not bad.
it's solid.
Yeah.
It's like he's above average.
I
he's
remember-
not elite like White is. But
Yeah, I remember a couple, a year or two ago, they were playing the Warriors, and they had Austin Reaves face guarding Steph. They didn't have Vanderbilt that game, that's why. But
Yeah.
they had Austin Reaves as the primary defender, and I was like, damn, they really trust Austin Reaves to be the main guy guarding the best player?
'cause
He's
he
actually
came-
pretty solid.
Initially, when he came in, all the expectation was like next Caruso, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
He had just lost Caruso
True.
in the offseason. And so when he played that year, he did a lot of those connecting things. Like he did good cuts off ball, he shot spot up threes, you know, all that stuff. And they just gave him a bigger role, and he's flourished significantly.
He's a star.
It's them white American basketball players, tenacious on defense, man.
Real fundamental.
Yeah, plays the game the right way.
Let that guy date my daughter.
Well, for the Knicks, their third option, it's Brunson, Cat, and then
Bridges.
I'd say OG, probably.
I'm still taking AR.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd take AR.
Can't believe they give him
Yeah.
5 first for Bridges.
Yeah, I'd take
That is
AR.
pretty crazy.
Yeah, I'd take AR.
Yeah, so there's not too many other guys that we can really throw in there. I mean, when the Sixers are healthy, you can make an argument for. I mean, Maxi's really the second option, so maybe you can't make an
PG
argument.
currently.
It's not even close there.
Not even.
What hop back on that podcast, bro.
What about
Keep that.
what about
income,
Tyrese Halliburton?
He's
He's kind of a second, right?
But still, I've
would
seen
you
it all
rather
over
have
Twitter.
Austin Reaves or Tyrese?
Reaves or Tyrese?
Tyrese. Come on,
Tyrese.
that's a little disrespectful.
I don't know. Y'all see the stats this year?
I mean, yeah,
They
the
look- they
stats
look
don't
odd.
lie.
I'm still taking Tyrese.
Stats don't lie, but I mean, he's not fully healthy. He hasn't been fully healthy all year. For Tyrese, you're wearing a Pacers jersey and you're
that's
disrespecting.
okay.
Tyrese.
Shout out Monte Ellis.
Yeah, shout out Monte Ellis. That's a crazy pull jersey, but yeah, Tyrese. I mean, he's just not fully healthy. You can tell. You can really tell all year. It's been a weird year for him. He'll have nights where he has 28 and 13 assists, and then the next night he'll have 4 points, 2 shot attempts. It's a really weird
Yeah,
year
but
for
that's
him.
the lack of consistency.
Yeah.
That's
But
what
last year we saw
AR
in
is trying to
playoffs.
give you 16 plus every night.
He is.
At least.
But we saw the star potential of Tyrese Halliburton that can lead a
That's
team
true.
to the conference finals.
Yeah.
Leading the team.
On
AR
a
has been
lot
to the
of
conference finals, but he's been the third option.
injuries. He did play the Knicks with
Okay.
like half the team.
I guess you're
but
right.
I could just be a hater.
You still got to win those games.
Still got to win them.
Yeah.
You still got to
Still gotta
win.
win
You're
them.
right.
And they almost beat the Celtics in that game 1.
That's true.
But Jalen Brown
Game
took that
one.
crazy shot. And then they did get
it was just one game.
It was only a
They
one
almost
game.
won.
They almost did
Hey,
win.
almost don't count.
Yeah, well, there's not really any other guys you can really throw in that third option category. Unless anyone comes to mind. I think,
Alright.
the only real argument is Evan Mobley
Yeah.
over
We
over
did- we did
Bradley
say-
Beal. Not close. Not close there.
Well, we did say Norman Powell, but I mean, That's not close.
I can't believe anyone would say Norman Powell. He's really good, but
the argument I keep seeing from like Clippers fans on Twitter is that he is like, oh, he averaged 24 a game. But I'm like, well, when he goes to it's because Kawhi was out half the year.
Yeah.
So his second option, he's going to get a ton of shot attempts. Even when LeBron and Luka were playing, or when LeBron and AD were playing, he was still scoring. AR was still scoring 19.
What's he averaging this year?
Like 20, 25 and 5.
That's a really good year.
In the last, ever since I think Christmas Day when he hit the game winner on the Warriors,
that was tough.
He's averaging like almost 6 or 7 assists, I think, too.
Yeah.
Like, so they just gave him the keys to the offense to be the point guard, and he's just been amazing there.
Hey, I love this game. Shout out to Kuminga for that Christmas Day, staying out of bounds. That was crazy. But yeah, I'm rocking with him as the second best third option in the league.
Yeah.
Cavs,
that's fine.
Mobley, they deserve that.
I'm good with that.
The Thunder are an argument, but I mean, Chet has been injured all year.
He also hasn't gotten to that point.
Yeah.
Yet. So like,
most nights Chet's not playing like that many minutes.
Gets to that point, J-Dub might go to the third option.
True.
But then at that point you can go, toss up Reaves and J-Dub. I still think that's a toss up because Reaves playing all-star level since Christmas, basically. Yeah. But J-Dub was an all-star this year, so he deserves that second option.
We'll see in the playoffs. I think AR is someone who comes to play in those situations. So.
And that's the thing about him. Yeah, is that he elevates in the playoffs.
He does.
He has for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
So,
well, shout out to AR.
Shout out to AR.
Yeah, but moving on to some football, not NFL. Talking about some soccer. Sac Republic, baby.
Soccer here in Sacramento against the Colorado Springs Switchbacks. They're kind of struggling. They're 1-1. I mean, this is only the third game of the season, our second game of the season. Starts at 7 o'clock, though, tonight here in Sacramento.
It's in Sac?
It's in Sac.
Hey, let's go.
Yeah.
Fire.
It should be a good game. I mean, I think we're definitely going to score some goals tonight for sure.
Should be a fun one.
I know they're kind of the Switchbacks have always been kind of a struggling team. They're not too hot.
Yeah,
but I'm saying 3 goals tonight from Sacramento.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah.
I'm rocking with Sac Republic.
Yes, sir.
Hopefully they can go on a win streak to start the year.
Yeah, exactly. And then they got a quick turnaround too. They'll play another game in Sacramento on the 28th. So tonight, and then 6 days later, on Friday.
Okay.
They'll be playing again.
I'm expecting the next time we're at the bar, the Sac Republic are 3-0.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, really quick before we close out, baseball coming up. Only a couple days until opening day for a lot of teams. I know the Dodgers already played in Tokyo. What they go in Tokyo? Did they
2-0?
2-0.
Yeah.
Not surprised.
ESPN's already slobbing their knob.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah. Well. Just really excited to get some baseball going. A's gonna have a big year. Can't say it enough. We got a really good team, man. Our guys are playing really good in spring training.
They're all
Jacob
confident.
Wilson. It's gonna be an all-star in the next 3 years. Shortstop for the A's. That's our future right there. Lawrence Butler, Brett Rooker.
I mean, maybe this year.
We're different now.
You think Lawrence Butler's going to be our all-star this year?
Oh yeah. Lawrence Butler said in an interview with Dallas Braden, that he has a note in his phone that wakes him up every day, and he says, "Make that motherfucking all-star day."
Yeah.
So Lawrence Butler is motivated.
Every team gets one too, so he don't want to be that guy.
But Brent Rooker's going to get it too.
Yeah, they'll probably have 2.
Hey,
I'll work out that.
And Luis Severino's going to get it. No, I'm just hopefully.
There's a lot of good pitchers in the AL.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to pitch in Sac, but really excited to see some balls fly out of the yard. How the Giants looking though? Give us a little update before we close out.
I mean, same. They won their last Scottsdale game. They got a couple exhibition games. I think they played one against the A's and then a couple against the Tigers. And then Thursday in Cincinnati. I'm waiting for that point. I'm really excited. The offense is alive right now. I'm hoping they can carry that over. But, the pitching is what's going to be the biggest part. And hopefully Verlander, I think he has his last tune-up start today. So, hopefully he can carry in some big momentum. And I'm also expecting, not a big year. It's kind of should be looked at as a kind of reset year. But I think they can make a little bit of noise unexpectedly. So I'm excited.
Hopefully big year out of new shortstop, Willie Adames.
I really liked that sign.
Yeah. I hope he has a big year. It's going to be tough to hit in Oracle. That's what I'm a little scared for. What do you have, 30 homers last year?
Yeah.
31 homers, so.
But he's been hitting well so far in spring training, right?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
Dev?
Yeah, he's hitting, he's hitting like 300 right now.
Okay, hey.
He's got a couple home runs, but, if as long as he's put balls in the gaps, I'm not too worried about it.
True. Encarnacion did go out with an injury, though.
He's fractured his ring finger, so he's going to be out, I think he said 4 to 6 weeks. So,
Damn.
Wilmer, he's going to be the DH, baby.
He always is, man. He always finds a way to get in that damn lineup.
He's been in the league for a while.
Man,
yeah,
so
me and my mom called Grandpa.
And he still has that Friends walk-up song.
That's pretty funny.
That's pretty funny. All right, well, anything else we can close out on Beam City Sports?
Y'all like the new City Connector? These?
Yeah.
Like the new
I like the
Astros?
Astros ones, yeah.
I mean, I don't like
the
the
Astros.
Astros, but these
Wait, is
jerseys are kind of
Altuve playing left field?
Yeah.
Why?
because they have a better shortstop now. And he's,
They
he's a
have,
second
they
baseman.
have Pena, and then
He played
he's always been a
shortstop
second
last year,
baseman.
right?
Never. Altuve's been a second baseman.
Second
his
base.
whole
Yeah,
career.
yeah.
they signed somebody, but
yeah,
they have
definitely
Pena
have
at short.
They definitely have a better second baseman.
I
Right
don't know
now.
why he's playing left field. I'll have to look that up.
I saw that in Diamond Dynasty. His card was a left field, and I was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah, he made a couple.
Left field.
There's a couple memes of him because he made a couple bad. It's his first time out there, so he
Yeah.
made a couple bad.
Yeah.
Brandon Rogers.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
He's
Oh, that's the dude from the Rockies.
Oh,
hella young. He's only like 28, something like
Yeah,
that.
he just came off his arbitration with the Rockies. They're holding bro hostage.
Well, I'm hating on the Astros.
Yeah,
I'm hating
no,
on the
I always
Rangers.
hate on them.
Hating on the Mariners, and I'm hating on
AL
the
West team.
Those are the teams I'm hating on.
Yup.
Everyone else can ball out.
Hey, shout out Yankees getting some tiramisu for their helmets.
Damn.
Yeah.
The Yankees, that's tragic.
They
Stanton
got
cooked. Garrett Cole's arms
out
cooked.
for the year.
Dude,
Out for the year?
Yeah, he is
What?
having
They're kinda-
Tommy John.
Tommy
John.
Oh, yeah, Diego, y'all cooked.
Dude, they're I mean, I'm not shouting them out good, but like, yeah, no, they're fucked.
Everything
Yeah.
from the 5th inning of that World Series game.
I am excited to see Cody Bellinger.
Did they re-sign?
Oh, yeah.
I need him to.
Verdugo left.
He's on. Wait, he's on the Yankees. Yeah.
They got
And
him,
did
yeah.
they re-sign Rizzo?
Nah,
I
he's
think
out.
Rizzo's still a free agent.
That's fucking
Wait,
crazy.
Lizzo doesn't
Was
play,
it
baby.
Go to the
Rizzo?
Giants.
Didn't he say he's going to start pitching?
No, that
Rizzo?
was
No, that was the Brandon Phillips. Brandon
No.
Phillips, right?
It was somebody
Brandon
else.
Phillips.
crazy pull. That
I
motherfucker's
wonder
not in the
if
league.
He started playing. He was
It was
pitching
Joey
in the
Gallo.
minor league.
It was
Gallo.
Joey Gallo.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
Gallo.
he said he's gonna start
Joey
pitching.
Gallo, yeah. He's
No.
been asked
He
the
said,
last
I'm a
3
pitcher.
years.
Yeah.
Figured it out. Yeah.
That's pretty insane.
Oh, that would be crazy. All right, well,
He
we're gonna.
said Brandon Phillips is a crazy fool.
He's a good second baseman.
He started pitching in the minor league. He was
What team
doing it
was
for a
he
little
on?
bit. The Tampa Bay Rays.
No. Oh, probably.
He was
I
on
know
the-
him for one team.
He was on the Rays, and then he was on not the Cardinals.
Almost.
Brewers.
Nope.
What color?
I think he was on the Brewers,
Yeah.
but I remember him being on the Reds. That's when he was really good.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was really good on the Reds
Yeah.
as a second baseman.
in the
all right.
early 2010.
Yeah, well, we're going to close out Beam City Sports. Tune in, go like, subscribe, leave a comment. Yeah, we'll be back on Wednesday.
Cheers.